Hey, greetings, everyone. Lieutenant Colonel Alan West, Senior Fellow at the Media Research Center. Without a doubt, the thing that is on everyone's mind is, of course, what happened with the Helsinki summit between Presidents Donald Trump and Vladimir Putin of Russia. Some would continue to call this Helsinki hysteria, and I would be one of those that would speak of it in that way. There was without a doubt a missed opportunity, and we have to all be honest in saying that. But when I listen to some of the things that are being, pundited back and forth out there, and a lot of the over-the-top hyperbolic rhetoric, we need to settle down and we need to calm down and we need to analyze this moment. And let's really talk about how we can indeed improve relations between the United States of America and Russia. I think one of the most important things that we have to understand is that no one was sitting in that one-on-one meeting with Donald Trump and Vladimir Putin where no notes were taken. No one really knows what happened with that lunch meeting between the two respective staffs. But on that global stage, that opportunity in that joint conference between President Trump and President Putin, there was something that happened that really did not settle well with a lot of people, I think, not just in the United States of America, but all across the globe. Imagine this. If when I was an Army commander, and my intelligence officer stood up and gave me a briefing, and the briefing was absolutely factually correct, and all the information provided was correct in order for me to make a decision about an upcoming operation. And what I did instead was I berated that intelligence officer in front of the entire staff and the leadership, and then I turned over to someone that we may have known was working or with another, with the enemy, and asked them their opinion. See, we cannot look at our own intelligence agencies and put them down when we are dealing with someone that is a former KGB agent. That's just fact, ladies and gentlemen, and we have to be able to accept that and understand that. The United States of America in the previous administration trusted Vladimir Putin to eradicate chemical weapons from Syria. He did not do that. And we can want peace with Russia. We can want to have assistance with Russia, but it has to be done from a position of strength. And also, we have to come to understand and we have to confront the bullying and the expansionists and the global designs that Vladimir Putin does have. We cannot just sit there and trust him and elevate him over our own intelligence agencies. And I think all of us need to calm down for a moment and stop with the hyperbolic rhetoric. We need to stop with the partisan political, positions that we are taking and just say what makes sense for the United States of America. See, I believe that we can have a better relationship with Russia, maybe the Russian people, but I don't know if we can have a better relationship with Vladimir Putin. And until we get to the point where we stop with this Pavlovian experiment of rewarding his bad behavior without confronting it, I don't know if we can ever turn that corner. Now, we are doing some very incredible, fantastic things when it comes to putting pressure on Russia. When you look at the oil and natural gas shipments that we are sending into Eastern Europe and Poland, as a matter of fact, when we look at the increased spending that we have seen from NATO, and that's something that President Trump has pushed for. The new military exercises that we're doing, many of our troops being based out of Poland now, conducting these exercises with the Baltic states, Latvia, Estonia, Lithuania. The fact that we're sending lethal aid to the Ukraine as opposed to the Obama administration sending socks and MREs. The fact that we're putting pressure on Assad, and when he did cross that red line, we did take a response. We did enact a response. And the fact that we have our military forces there operating in Syria to eradicate ISIS and their establishment of a sanctuary and a base of operations there. Those are positive things. But we also need to make sure that we get Vladimir Putin to understand that in dealing with him, we're not going to do it from a position of weakness. We're not going to do it from a position of subservience. And I think President Trump has to come to the understanding that all of this talk about collusion is dead talk. It is hyper partisan activity. But no one can deny the fact that Russia did try to interfere in our elections. Let's be very honest. To all of those people that are attacking President Trump, you said nothing when President Obama was meddling in the Israeli elections not too long ago. But if we are going to move ahead, we have to have these reasoned conversations. We have to look at things from an objective analysis. We cannot just draw our own little lines and say that I'm for this person, I'm for that person. We all should be for this constitutional republic. And I think the only thing that disappointed me more than anything else about the Helsinki summit was that President Trump had the opportunity there in front of Vladimir Putin to defend our democracy, to truly be a guardian of this republic. And he sided with Vladimir Putin. Does that mean that he cannot recover from this? Absolutely not. But I think one of the most important things we have to understand is that sometimes leaders can have a misstep, but it's a lesson that we can all learn from, and it's a lesson that they can learn from to improve and move forward. I think President Trump now has to understand that was a very bad optic. That joint press conference that he had with Vladimir Putin has defined that entire summit. Now he has to work to redefine his relationship with Russia and really educate us on the things that he is doing out there to stand against Russia and their expansionist designs. I, for one, do not believe that you can have great chemistry with dictators. I don't know if you can have a great relationship with a despot. You can try, but before you get there, you got to confront them on their bad behavior.